So here we are, Work Your Way today, not Learn Your Way. And Work Your Way is, as it sounds, it's a learning provision for students with SEND who are closer to the work market. So we find them, the team find them work experiences and opportunities and training and volunteering and teach them to do stuff, to everything to do with work. And it's ACE. And today I've got Dawn, who you can't see, who's an ESA, and I've got Kian.
Hello.
Hello, Kian. And it is literally Kian came to have a look, didn't you, a few weeks ago, and you weren't sure, and then you thought, yeah, I'll give it a go, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Kian and I are going to talk about one of my favourite subjects at the moment, which is the World Cup, aren't we, Kian?
Yeah.
Because Kian's very clued up on the World Cup. But firstly, what are you doing at Work Your Way? You got a work experience?
Yeah, I've got work experience at Niles Bakery at the moment in Newquay.
And what are you thinking about that?
I think it's good so far, yeah.
So the problem with me working in a bakery, as you can see, is I like cake, and I think I would eat my way through all the cakes. Aren't you just even a little bit tempted?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. If it's a nice cake I like, then
yeah, you have it.
It is tempting. Well, I might do, but
what do you do? What sort of things do you do? Serve behind the counter or actually baking?
Because I don't do baking because it's quite a small building, but I would serve customers.
Nice.
And hopefully I'll do more things after Christmas.
Yeah. Have they got a little cafe bit?
Yeah, they've got a cafe bit upstairs, yeah.
So we need to wave at the camera. There's your camera there, and say hello to Nile Bakeries and all the staff. What are the staff called? Can you remember?
Carol, Chris, Sarah.
Nice. Hello, Carol, Chris and Sarah. And I guess, first off, we need to say hello to Work Your Way, don't we?
Hello, Work Your Way.
So who we got? Dana, Dawn, who's here, Sharon, Candice, Kirsten, Sarah, Adrian, Caroline.
Yeah.
And I don't know the students' names. Go on, you'll have to hit me with those.
Toby, Toby.
Two Tobys.
Yeah, two Tobys. Ollie, Georgie, Jess, Chloe, Fran.
Who else? Jared. Georgie, we've said Georgie.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got a nice group, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about all things World Cup. First of all, I want to know why you chose I Predict a Riot by the Kaiser Chiefs.
Because they're going to be playing next year in both Great Estate and Tunes in the Dunes.
Yeah.
Oh, I might go and watch them in one of their concerts, but yeah.
They're really good live.
They are really good, yeah.
Really good live. I saw them years ago in the Isle of Wight Festival, and they're really good.
Yeah.
Really punchy. It was when that song came out. My only criticism is they've got a bit soft now. They do softer songs. They're not as punky as they used to be.
I think they got two big songs, which is I Predict a Riot and Ruby.
That's it, yeah. Ruby. Yeah. So, Kian, World Cup, what are you feeling about it all so far?
I'm disappointed that England's got knocked out by France with a poor decision from the ref.
Did you feel that it was... Now, so this is what I think. People have been saying, oh, we were the best team. It was the ref's decision. Do you think that's true, or we just saw losers?
People can look at it at two different ways, really. But I think the referee did make bad decisions, really.
Which one in particular do you think was a bad decision?
When Harry Kane got tackled in the first half, and it wasn't a penalty.
No.
And it was clearly a penalty because he didn't touch the ball when he hacked him down, and I think all the fans were gutted about that.
Yeah, I think so. Were you really sad for Harry Kane when he didn't score that penalty? All those times he scored it, and then that one time.
I think the first penalty I was a bit nervous, but they did score it, and then the second time I was confident that he was going to do it. He skied it.
And he skied it.
Yeah, that's I think he lost his
confidence. Such a shame, isn't it? But you know what? We'll never know, will we?
Yeah.
How much that pressure feels like and
Definitely,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So do you think France deserve to be go on? Forget that match, but like France, if you took that match out of it, do you think France are one of the top teams in the world?
Yeah, unfortunately I have to say that. Yeah. They have got a good squad.
Yeah.
Best squad in the world.
And do you think that Mbappe is everything everybody goes on about?
Yeah, I think every club wants him, and he is only 23 and probably leading to his second World Cup, and that is intense for a young player like him. Yeah. And who on our team, what were you most impressed about in our team? I think the player that highlighted the most was Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. And he's young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's only 19, and he was a brilliant player for England. But yeah.
Do you know what I liked about them? I thought that they were a real team, and they cared about each other, and they weren't arrogant and all about their wives and all about what nightclubs they've been in. They're very centred young men, it felt like to me.
Yeah, I think this team is the best team we've had in probably like 10 years since like the Gerrard, Lampard era. And Beckham.
Would you like to see Southgate stay, or would you like to see somebody new take over?
I think it's been long enough, Southgate being here. I think he has to go and then someone else come in.
Got anybody you'd like to see being the England manager?
There's been reports of maybe Steven Gerrard coming in.
Oh yeah.
Many people want Thomas Tuchel to come in as well. He's not English because he's German, but he could possibly be England manager.
What about somebody like Beckham? Do you think he'll ever do it?
I think he hasn't. No, I don't think he can do it. I think just get experience in a team like in the Premier League and then go on to nationality maybe.
Do you think Gareth Southgate's done a good job?
He has made a good contribution to the team. Like
he's built a team, hasn't he?
He has done good. Like for example, in the 2018, he got to the semi-finals, which was brilliant. And then we got to the finals of the Euros. Unfortunately, we lost that one. I think it's just England fans are getting they're getting used to losing now.
Yeah.
And
we need to change that.
Yeah, we need to change that. Getting a new manager in.
Well, I was going to talk about the matches today and tomorrow, but we'll do that at the end, I think. So you've written this fantastic piece of work.
Yeah.
So you said you'd rather read it. So do you mind reading it and then I'll keep stopping you and asking questions? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Right, off you go.
World Cup is basically where fans travel all over the world to follow their favourite team playing the World Cup against one of the most talented teams and football players in the world.
And they're fanatical, aren't they? They'll go anywhere at any time and see millions of matches.
Especially England fans, they'll do anything for their
team. And how
can
they afford it? It's so expensive.
I think they'll find a way.
Yeah.
And the teams are from 6 different continents, like for example Africa, Asia, Europe, North and Central America and the Caribbean, even Oceania and South America.
Do you by any chance know which continent have done the worst and which continent does the best? I'm guessing South America probably.
South America and more like Europe
are the most successful.
Yeah, and probably Oceania haven't done the best because they haven't won a World Cup title yet.
And America are quite new to the table, aren't they? America and Canada and...
Yeah, but the women's national team have won it probably more times than any other women's national team.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the American national women's team.
Yeah.
Do you think... Here's a question. Are the English women's team, are they better than the English men's team? They're more successful.
I think they're more successful in the Euros because they won it, but... if they win it next year in the World Cup, I'll say yes. But
yeah. Do you think they're good though?
They are good. Yeah, they've been probably the best for a while now.
Yeah. I agree with you. Anyway, back to your thing. So the first World Cup, when was that?
1930.
And you've got a bit here. It was proposed by. Go on, you take over. Sorry.
It was proposed by Jules Rimet. I think that's
Rimet or something like that. Yeah, French.
Who wanted to create an international competition between men's football teams. At the time, football was not part of the Summer Games. The tournament consisted of 13 invited teams and took place in Uruguay, who also won the tournament.
And they're quite a dark horse, Uruguay, aren't they? You can never count them out, can you?
I think they lost in the group stage, but I think back in their day they were good.
Yeah, definitely. And why do they have a 4-year gap?
I think it just gives chance for them to qualify for the World Cup for every team in the world, just to contribute and see if they can qualify, because it does take a while for every team in the world to
So do you know how qualification works? Because I don't really understand that.
I think every team would get put into like a group, and then it would be a pot, and then
just luck.
Yeah, they'll play like friendlies or like a competition of qualifying, and whoever comes like top 5, they'll go through to the next part qualifying.
Oh, okay. So it's just pot.
So it will start probably in the world. I can't remember when it will start again, but probably start like next year qualifying.
Yeah. I think it does actually.
But they need to decide where the World Cup will be happening in 4 years' time.
Yeah, totally.
Probably happening in America.
Hey, what do you think about it being in Qatar? I don't think it should have been.
Very controversial, but I think the reason is money.
Yes, of course it is money. However, definitely money. I don't think it should have been held there.
Yeah.
However, I do think they've done a good job.
Yeah.
I do think it's been a good World Cup.
Yeah, I think the stadium history isn't great because of all the people that sadly passed away from building it. But but
as a tournament,
as a tournament, it is
been good.
It has been a very interesting tournament, probably one of the best I've seen.
But I don't think it should have been held there.
No.
Anyway, we're going to stop there because we're going to move. That's the history. We're going to play a song. You've got here My Favourite Waste of Time by Owen Paul. Is this for somebody in particular?
This is chosen by my mum.
So you're going to wave to your mum and say hello?
Hello, mum.
What's your mum's name?
Claire.
Hello. Oh, fantastic name. This is for you, Claire, Kian's mum. Here we are, back again. Now, this time we're with Work Your Way this week. And Work Your Way is same as Learn Your Way, except it's much more focused on working and work experience and training and volunteering and getting our lovely students to a point where they might be able to hold down a job or a voluntary job or do a bit of training or whatever. So that is what... And we've got the lovely Kian today, who knows all things World Cup.
Yeah.
So, we've done the history... So you're going to pick up about in 2018, Kian.
Yeah, so in 2018, in the first time of World Cup history, it was about 211 members of nations entered the qualification for the process for the World Cup, with Russia automatically qualifying because obviously they were the hosts.
So do host countries always qualify?
Yeah, they automatically qualify without playing any games. The remaining 210 nations competed in the remaining 31 places during the 872 matches.
That's a lot of teams.
That is a lot of matches as well.
So how did they do that? I mean, that's madness.
That's why it takes probably about 4 years to process it.
Oh, I understand now. Yeah, that's why it takes 4 years to go between tournaments. Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
So tell me about Brazil and how many times they've won.
They've won it 5 times, and I think.
What do you think happened this year?
Well, they were too confident. I think they were.
I agree.
And they lost to Croatia in penalties. It was a very good game as well because they got the goal in extra time, and then Croatia managed to get a goal from a crossing, which led to penalties, which was really surprising. So I was watching it, and then I was just shocked.
So was I, and I want to know about this. Right, when I was young, obviously I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah.
When I was young, they used to just take penalties. You used to just welly it as hard as you can at the goalkeeper. And now they do all this sort of, moving around like this, like they're dancing. And I think that's messed up their penalties.
Yeah.
Because they spend so much time doing this sort of dance, and that it mucks it about. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the way they want to do it. I think it might be their signature move. Like Neymar's got his own signature.
And then they do these celebrations when they score a goal. Yeah. It seems to have all become about that rather than just wellying it and hoping to get it past the goalkeeper.
For social media and fans as well.
Yes, Kian, I think you're right. What about Italy and Germany? How many times have they won it?
Italy and Germany have won it both 4 times.
Wow.
And that's like...
What do you think about the Germans? And the Italians didn't even qualify, did they?
The Italians won the Euros against England, unfortunately, but they couldn't get into the qualifying. They lost to North Macedonia. I can't remember the score of that one, but
and what happened to the Germans? Why do you think they didn't get through?
I just think they were too confident and they didn't bring the right squad. I think the squad hasn't been as strong as it was before. But
so who do you think the best player ever was in the World Cup?
I think from today, I think it is Pelé.
He's poorly, isn't he? He's not very well.
Pelé's in end of life.
Yeah. Well, do you know, you hear that? Sometimes some people say he's in end of life. Some people say no, he's not. He's just, but I don't know.
I think it's just to
he's poorly.
Yeah.
But he's an old man, isn't he? He's got to be...
86, 87, I think he is,
And then what year did we win it in?
We won it in 1966.
Did you know that, here's a fact for you, 1966 is the most commonly used numerical password.
Yeah.
Mental. The most commonly used. And what about Uruguay? What have you? They've won a couple of times, haven't they?
Yeah, they've won it 2 times, and they won the first World Cup, and then they won it back, and then they won it again in 1950.
Have many nations who hosted it won it? You know?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's quite a rare thing. I think it's quite a rare thing. Italy, they're always in there, aren't they? Apart from this year.
Yeah. Italy are a good team, I think. Well, they didn't make it this year, but they have been they are good. They have got good depth. I think they have. Yeah, they are good.
Argentina.
I think Argentina have been the team where everyone hates, especially when they
Maradona.
When they played England, that caused some outrage to England fans.
The hand of God, or whatever it was.
I think it was obvious, but from the ref's point of view, he didn't see it.
No.
But there was no VAR back then. So
no, there wasn't. No.
I think if that happened today, that would have been ruled out. But
what do you think of VAR?
A joke.
You don't like it?
No. I think it has its pros and cons, but I think the way it's used today is not really good because it can cause effective fans and players.
Yeah. What did you think of, talking about VAR, the huge amount of added time they keep putting on?
Yeah, I know.
It's almost like watching, and that's because of VAR, isn't it? Because of the hold-ups while people are looking at that.
When England played Iran, when that goalkeeper incident, I was like, I think it was
15 minutes or something, wasn't it? It's like a whole extra time.
Definitely, yeah.
Mad, as if they're not tired enough.
Yeah.
France, what about them?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've won it twice. I think they'll win it again this year.
Do you?
Yeah,
I've got hope so, because I've got them in the in the CRCC sweepstakes. So if I win, I get 32 quid. Lovely.
Yeah, so I think they'll win. I think they've got good players like Kylian Mbappe. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Spain. I love Spain.
Yeah.
They're probably my favourite football team, but I can't tell you why.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk to you about, we were talking in the sort of green room about, I don't understand football.
Yeah.
I don't watch domestic football at all. I only watch the World Cups. And I have never seen a team defend like Japan defended against Spain.
I did say Japan were going to win, and they go and win because I think they're passionate for what they do.
And they're so organised and disciplined.
Definitely,
here. I've never seen a team stop another team from playing. They just stopped them in their tracks, didn't they? They couldn't play past them.
Japan's a very good team. They have got good players as well.
Do you see a future where they're like in the final, or do you think they're too far?
I don't think they'll be in a final, but I think they can beat top teams like Spain, probably England, Argentina, like in a group stage or like a quarter-final game.
I think the shocks this year were Belgium did really badly, and you'd normally expect Belgium to be up there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Belgium did terrible this year.
Yeah. And I don't think Brazil didn't do particularly well. Who else went out really early? Uruguay went out really early.
Yeah.
Brazil, you would have expected them to be in the end.
Wales as well.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
I wanted them to do well. I really did want them to do well.
I think I predicted them to go through with England, but they didn't.
Sad. We're going to stop for another record.
Okie dokie.
So we're going to play Israelites. Who was that for?
Dana.
This is a fantastic song. Well done, Dana. Good choice. We'll be back in a minute. That is a great song, and probably the only time me and Dana will ever agree on anything. That is a great song. So, we've done the past. We've done the what's happened in the very near past.
Yeah.
So now we need to talk about referees' decisions generally. How do you feel they've been? Not great.
No, not great at all. I think this World Cup has been very terrible for referee decisions, and I think they need to sort out some referees. Like, one of them has already been sacked from being in the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one was that? Was that the one who gave out all the yellow cards?
Yeah, in the Netherlands game. Yeah. He's been sacked from
bit excessive, wasn't he?
The World Cup. Yeah.
What about? So let's go through the teams that are left. Let's talk about Morocco.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
No
did you?
one saw it coming at all. No, I did not. But they have done really well.
Have they done really well by luck, or do you think they
I think they have deserved it. I think as an England fan now as well, I hope Morocco does win it. But in my head, I think France will.
Yeah. First African nation ever.
Definitely, yeah. It's really amazing
Everything.
history, yeah.
So even if they lose, which, I hope they don't, but they probably will.
Yeah.
They can hold their heads up high, can't they?
Definitely.
Never been done before.
I think their fans would be very proud.
Over the moon. Yeah.
I think it would be amazing if they beat France, but I think it has to be a miracle.
But anything's possible, isn't it?
Definitely.
What about, who did they kick out? Brazil?
But they kicked out, they kicked out Portugal.
Portugal, who were a really good time.
Yeah.
What do you think of old Stroppy Ronaldo?
Well.
Did you feel sorry for him?
Not really, no, because
he's a bit arrogant, isn't he?
I think outside the World Cup, he has been like an idiot towards United.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit above his boots.
Now Portugal's gone. I think that's him done.
That's him done.
Yeah.
I think there's a few players that are,
retiring.
So, what about Croatia? I mean, this will be Luka, what's his name's last one for sure. He's 37 years old.
Yeah. Talent. He's been an amazing player throughout the year.
So how have Croatia done so well? They're always there, though, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they're a team that you think they might do good or they might do bad this year.
Yeah.
But I think they have done good.
They're like determined, aren't they? They're just dogged, determined. They're a bit like the Germans, I guess.
Yeah.
And then what about Argentina?
Argentina, I think FIFA predicted them to win.
Do you think they'll win? Oh, we'll go back to that. Hang on, let's not go about that. What about Messi? Do you think this is his last World Cup? He's getting on a bit, isn't he?
He's 35 years old, but I think he'll make his mind up after the World Cup.
Do you think he's as good as everyone says?
I think he's good, yeah. He is definitely good.
I don't know, because I don't really understand football.
If he wins the World Cup, I think he'll be better than Ronaldo, but I can't say anything so far between them two, because them two have been good for the past decade.
And what about France? What do you think about them?
I think they're a top team, but unfortunately, I think if the referee decisions were correct, then I think we would have won, but I think they might go on to win it now.
Do you?
Well, maybe.
Hey, we're going to play a song because we're running out of time. We're going to talk about the final. So I'm going to get some predictions off you and stuff.
Okay.
Score, winner. But let's play Adrian's song. Now, you told me that Adrian said what about this song?
He picked out this song and he said it's an oldie but a goldie.
Yeah, a bit like Adrian, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Here, this is for Adrian. John Denver. Nice choice. Yeah, we're here. We've worked your way and we got Kian. We've been talking in the break about... We're doing all things World Cup. We were talking about the South Americans being absolutely the most fans at every tournament because they're the most passionate, aren't they? Yeah,
especially because they're more of the poorer countries, but you can tell how much passion they have for football.
Yeah, and they scout kids really early in the streets, Everything's about football. You had a fantastic story you were going to tell me about the war and football.
Yeah, that's back in 1914, the First World War. It was England and Germany. They stopped the war to play a game of football. And I think it just shows how much football means to the whole world.
Yeah.
As it stops.
Maybe that's where all that old rivalry about England and Germany on the football pitch comes from, all that sort of thing. Yeah. So, what you're saying? Who's going to be in the final?
I'm going to say France and Argentina in the final.
And is it going to be what do you think the score's going to be?
I think it'll go to extra time. It'll be 2-2, and I think Kylian Mbappe will get the last winner. So
you think that France will win 3-2?
Yeah.
No penalties?
No penalties.
I don't think my heart can stand any more penalties.
I reckon it'll be a heartbreak for Argentinian fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll definitely be a dirty game there.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think it'll be aggressive and nasty?
Yeah, very aggressive, especially when Argentina were against Netherlands. They were really aggressive towards them, so I think they'll use that aggression to try and push forward, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. It could go either way, but I do think France will just win it.
Lucky me, £32, eh? CRCC, eh? When I started it, I got 3 teams.
Yeah.
I got Poland, Australia, but then I got France out the bag, so I was really happy with that. Really happy. Who would you like to win?
I would like to see Morocco win it.
So would I, so bad.
It'll probably be the best World Cup
ever
anyone's ever seen, because first ever South African team, is it?
Yeah, I agree with you, totally.
Yeah.
Kian, it's been an absolute joy. It really has. I've really enjoyed talking to you. Will you come on again?
Definitely, yeah.
So we're going to end with your two last songs. Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
You chose that.
Yeah.
And Life Goes On by Oliver Tree. Who chose that?
I did as well.
You again?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a lovely Christmas.
You too.
And come on again, won't you?
I will do, yeah.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.